Hello everybody, my name is Marcus. I just wanted to say thank you for watching my tutorial videos. This is my first HTML tutorial video. We're going to actually go over uh, the basics of HTML, and by the end of the tutorials you should be able to actually build a website with just the basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, different stuff like that. Later on, I'll actually get into PHP, which is more advanced, to make an actual website that you can actually log into. But as of right now, I just want to get into the actual introduction of HTML. So basically, I'm going to go over what all is in HTML and basically how the basic layout is. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually start. Now, at the top of your page, we've got a new sheet, and I'm using Notepad++, which you can use Notepad++. There's a couple other different ones that you can actually use. I'm just familiar with Notepad++. So what we want to do is in here we want to actually tell what type of document it is. So in this new document, let's go and just type in doc type, and then HTML, and then we've got the closing. Okay, so this basically right here tells the browser what kind of document it is. Now, just so we can actually see it better, let's go ahead and actually save it. And as you see, I've already got a folder called My First Website, and we're going to just call this one My First Web Page. Now, right here, the typical way to actually do the file names is you don't really want capital letters in it. You want to actually do it just like this, or you can actually take the first letter of each word and actually capitalize it. Now that's what's called camel case. But typically whenever you do these file names, you actually want to have the underscores in here. It kind of works easier and it's easier to read, especially whenever you actually bring up files later on to actually connect separate web pages together for your site. It's very easy to basically misspell the actual link name, especially if there is a space in between it. And it could look like one space, but you could actually have two spaces and it won't link properly. So this kind of helps out with saving you later on from having to do a lot of debugging and trying to figure out what the actual problem is. So as of right now, I'm just going to use underscores, and we're going to actually set it to hypertext markup language. So we'll go ahead and save that. Now, as you can see, we've got the doc type. Now, underneath that, we want to actually start off with an HTML tag, which looks like this. And for most tags, you'll actually have an open and a close, which looks like that. Basically, every tag except for just a couple, have an open and close. So just try to remember that every time that you actually start adding tags and stuff like that. Always remember to close your tags and end your tags. So right here, this is basically telling it that, hey, this is the whole HTML document. Anything in between here goes into that HTML. So if we actually go ahead and add the head tag, and always remember to close it. Okay, this is where we actually put information about our website and stuff like that. Now, it's not going to be what's on the website, but it's going to end up being the description and the name that we want, the separate pages that we actually want to link in, which we'll actually go over that a little bit later. But as of right now, that's basically all you need to know. Is we could put the actual title, what the actual top of the page is going to say, and everything else. So let's go ahead and we'll add the next tag, and it is called the body tag. And just like always, put the closing. Now with this, basically everything inside this body tag is what's going to actually show up on your website. So within this body tag, you can sit there and actually add, the big name and the big letters for your website. So this is basically the template that you should actually save and use whenever you actually start a new website every time. This is what you'll use every single time. So now that we've basically done this, I'll actually go ahead and show you stuff that you can actually start learning. We have the header tags, which is H1, which will be the actual largest font that's regularly defined without you redefining it. Basically, it'll be the largest and the boldest text unless you actually go in there and say, okay, I want it to be this size, I want it to be this color, I want it to be, this big. So we'll just say my web page. Okay, and now here's another tag. You've got the P tag, which is the paragraph tag. Okay, so basically anything inside of here is just going to be normal text. It's just going to basically look normal, just like it would look on a Word document or something like that. So we'll just go in here and just say, this is my first page ever. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to save that, and we'll click run, and we'll actually launch it in Firefox. So as you can see, this has been launched in Firefox. This is actually that first part right here, the H1. And as you can tell, it's large text, it's bolded. So that's what the H1 looks like. Now this right here is the actual paragraph tag. So like I said, this looks like normal text. So this is basically, like I said, the basic template that you'll use. So as of right now, this is where I'm actually going to stop. I'll actually go in more depth in the next video on the other tags that you'll be using. So just stay tuned, and thanks for watching.